Have you heard from Jeremy yet?
No. Usually he's pretty good about telling us he's going to be late if he's going to be late. So it looks like it's just us at this time. Let's see. We'll send Jeremy a text and see if he responds. Hey, Jeremy, are you going to be late or show up? All right. So did you have any questions on 18 when you guys, or chapter 17 when we went through there?
I was struggling a little bit with it because I couldn't watch the video. That really helps me a lot.
Yeah, they didn't upload those videos.
And I can't watch the little ones. I can't see what he's doing. I can't hear his voice. It's just really irritating. So, I copied a lot of stuff from the lesson into my preparation assignment.
Did you understand the confidence interval formula?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it was pretty much just like we were doing before, kind of.
Yeah, it was.
Well, this one we get a square root it.
I mean, yeah, when you have it all, when you just follow the formula, it's just a little bit more tedious than the other one that we did.
Did you go into the Excel spreadsheet and try it with the Excel?
Yeah, I did.
So where do you guys want to start?
Let's just go for it.
Let's look at the quiz and see what it's like.
Yeah.
I have to get logged into that because I was running a few minutes behind getting everybody logged in. I didn't get my screens up, so I apologize for my delay.
I lost everybody for a second.
Okay, I just sent you what I was saying.
Did you send it to Gmail or my BYU?
The Hangout.
Okay, I'll look there. Oh, you sent it over there on the side?
Yep, yeah. It's right there.
Oh, that's the same thing it said in the book, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong when I do that.
So in this case,
I just
P is bigger than 0.5.
Oh, because it's 0.8.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So you plugged it into the second one.
Ah.
Instead of the first one.
Sorry, the light bulb just turned on. That explains why the first formula wouldn't work. I should have used the second formula. Let me just make a note because that makes all the sense. Use.
No, that was simplified.
Formula because bigger than 0.5. Okay. Thank you. Because for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. So
That
I
makes
appreciate
sense.
that. Yeah. Okay, I'm almost totally into this week's. Oh, it's taking forever to load. All right, I got the probability. All right. Oh, I got my screen so big I can't see anybody. There we go. You're back. Are you guys all ready? Number 3?
Yeah. Who's typing? What is that?
I
Sorry,
know.
that was me.
Oh.
I'll mute my microphone so
Oh, okay.
it doesn't bug you guys.
I'm like, wow, somebody is going to town.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did it fast.
Let me know when you have questions. I can still listen to you guys. Just call my name when you have questions and I'll get back to you. I'll turn on
Okay.
my microphone then.
All right, so question 3.
So the
I
symbol
think
for
I
the
lost
true.
him.
What?
I think I. Go ahead.
I was just going to read the problem, which said the symbol for the true population proportion is which of the following?
Isn't it
Isn't
P?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I wrote all my notes. P is the theoretical mean. So P. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Cheryl. Yes.
It's okay. So for the next 2 questions, suppose n is 100. P is 0.25 and P hat is 0.10. The requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied, true or false?
That's true. Because confidence interval is p hat equals x divided by n. Let's see.
So what was X?
Is x p?
I believe so.
So then that would be true, right?
Just look
Well,
at the next one. We have 2 different questions. Look, number 5.
Number 5, use the following information. Oh, whoopsie. The requirements for conducting a hypothesis test are correct. So the hypothesis,
Anyone have their book open?
yeah, it's number 8 in the preparation assignment.
oh, I got my homework. Hold on, let me grab the preparation one. I don't know why I feel just so lost.
I'm super tired today.
P divided by, because if you, oh, my phone is low too. Go figure that. I got like 17% on my calculator. It's just gonna be one of those nights.
Okay.
But if it's p hat equals x over n, and x is p, then the answer is 0.0025, which is less than p hat. Which is less than 10, right?
Right.
So the requirements for conducting a confidence interval. I got too many dang windows up.
Well, we don't have which confidence interval they'd want for Z.
Well, right, because on the preparation, on number 2, it said, what is the formula for the one proportion confidence interval for one proportion? And that was just p hat plus or minus z squared with the square root of p hat minus 1 minus p over n. But I don't.
Confidence interval, we'd have to have a Z.
So the confidence interval in the question was, I have to go back to the question.
Are the requirements for constructing a confidence interval satisfied?
Sorry, I'm still loading. Why don't I remember this at all?
No, I'm looking through this and I read this whole thing and I did my preparation and I don't remember that reading.
I don't remember being worded like that. Maybe that's the problem, and that's.
So to get the z-score, we need to use the applet, don't we?
P hat minus P over P minus 1. Do we have enough information for that? So P hat minus P. So, and we have enough information to get a z-score.
Mm-hmm.
My stupid dogs. Charlie. So Z equals 0.1.
If you want, you can also try plug it into Excel sheet.
Plug it into what?
The Excel sheet.
The Excel sheet
sheet.
that we just opened today.
The analytical thingy.
Yeah. Categorical data analysis?
Yes.
So N1 is 100.
Yes, that one.
P. Okay, P hat.
So is it the one sample Z test for proportion?
Yeah. So is X 0.10?
Sorry, I'm still trying to even get to that.
We don't know X.
Jeremy just texted.
I don't know why my computer, I can't even get Excel to open up. Oh, there it comes.
Jeremy is trying to head over to his brother-in-law so he can get internet because he's got some power line issues.
It's all that construction they're doing.
Yeah.
I wish I could blame it on construction. My computer, it's still trying to load the Excel, guys.
That's okay.
Hey.
Okay, so what would X be in this one sample Z test?
Is that P hat?
No, because
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Sorry, I don't know why I was like disconnected.
So if we're using the one sample Z test, so we have N.
There should be another one that's for the proportion test, right?
we have one
Categorical
proportion.
analysis.
There's two proportions. There's chi-square.
Yeah.
And there's,
So you,
what's it?
for this unit, you're using the one proportion only.
Right.
Right.
Is X P hat though?
It has X. Is that P hat
X?
or is it P?
No, X is usually given to you. So like,
So we have
Yeah,
N, we
X
have
says
P.
something. Which question are you on?
Number 4. It
4.
Okay, one
Hello?
sec.
Hello?
hello?
I'm here. Just 1 second.
No. I'm in a meeting with
Um,
my class. Why? What's going on?
4. Oh, so I guess so X. You can calculate it from P hat. So P hat equals X divided by N. So in this case, X will be 10 because 10 divided by 100 equals 0.1.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know if this one it would be
No,
easier to do it, just calculate it by hand or plug it into Excel. I guess you can just calculate it by hand if you want.
So
Next.
no. I gotta go now. I gotta go. Okay.
10. 100.
So I guess my question would be, based on the information they gave us, why are we back to that same question I had earlier, that to figure out X? Because it
No,
says
X is going to be 10.
right, but where do you get 10?
Because you have 10 divided by
You're just on
100.
question 4 though.
Yes.
So I will just send the formula that you need to use for you. It's found in the textbook. Question 4, you don't need the Excel just yet.
Right. That's what we thought.
Sorry about that. Sorry for the confusion.
We're just trying to figure out, yeah, what X is, because on all the formulas that I wrote down, I don't have any that say to find X.
Well, and that's what we need to do, find out if there's enough information here to give us a confidence interval. Plug in the numbers of p hat is 0.10 equals n, which is 100. And then you do algebra and get X by itself. 0. We'll give you 10. So that'll give you the answer for X.
There you go.
Hold on, let me look. I gotta see if I can make that screen bigger so I can see what you typed. I can't see.
So the answer would be yes. Because it's greater than or equal to 10.
Write that out and show me what you did, because that's the same formula we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So we did n, which is 100, times 1 minus p, which is 0.25.
But remember, if p is smaller than 0.5, then you use the NP.
And so, okay, so what's NP? I guess maybe that's where my confusion comes.
N's 100 and P is 0.25.
So it's N times P.
Is it greater than or equal to 10?
So you're just doing 100 minus, or
100 times 0.25.
I gotta write it better. Which 100 times 0.25 is 25.
Yes.
Right? So it's greater than 10.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, it then meets the requirement because it's greater than 10.
Okay.
And now I can't find my test. Okay. So that's for the confidence interval. So now it wants to know if the requirements for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied. Hi, Jeremy. Is that Jeremy? Maybe not. All I saw was the top of some tile.
All right, so what are the rules for the hypothesis test?
Scroll down. Oh, I'm at the bottom already. Confidence interval. The requirements for a hypothesis test involving one proportion are our NP is greater than 10 and N1 minus P is greater than 10. So it's the same thing. The requirements for a confidence
Okay,
interval
so that-
are NP hat, and for a hypothesis test, it's just NP. So can we back up for a minute on the other question? Because the requirements for a confidence interval are N times P hat is greater than 10, which P hat is 0.1. And then the second,
Jeremy,
Hey guys, I'm in my car.
Oh my god.
so the first one,
So, go ahead. Sorry, Cheryl.
so the first one, we were supposed to use N 100 times 0.1 for the confidence interval.
yes. And it has to be greater than or equal to 10, and it would be
Right.
10, so it'd be true.
So it'd be true. And the second one, for the hypothesis test, it's just N times P
Which is
has to be greater than
0.25.
10. So that means yes, also that it met the
Yes.
requirement because that was 25.
Yes.
Am I behind? Did you guys already
No.
know that?
No. You're not behind.
Okay, so 4 and 5 are both true.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
All right, Jeremy.
I feel better about that now. I was really confused about that before, and I feel better about it now.
Okay, guys. Sorry. So our power's out in all our apartment complexes.
Do they?
So, and then my brother-in-law's not home. And then yeah. So, but
Did they
I was
forget to
just gonna
call
say,
before they dug?
well, they've been doing construction like this whole month. You know, like remember from last couple weeks it happened. But anyway, I got that thing back from Brother Balls.
Yeah.
Our proposal, and it's like 95% like approved. He just
Oh,
wants
what do
us
we-
to do. Yeah, so he just wants us to do 3 names, maybe 30, 35, or 40. He said, so we don't have to use our QQ plots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a
Okay,
website.
so-
He said, oh, go ahead, Cheryl.
No, go ahead. I was making notes.
Oh, and then he said there's a website that I can forward the email to you guys. I'll forward it to everybody. But that he wanted maybe to use to get the names and stuff, and that was it. And then once I submit that, once I tell you guys that we need either 30 to plus names, so maybe just we do 40 each.
Okay.
He said then we wouldn't have to use the QQ plots, and it would be a little bit easier. I don't know, I don't know how the QQ plots would make it harder, but
Well, it's because you have to
yeah,
individually
then-
input each thing and add it in and explain it
Oh,
all.
okay, and then and then that's about it. And that use a website. He sent me a website that we can get names from too, as well. So
Yeah, I think I was telling you guys about that. You can go onto the cemetery's website and it'll tell you what the names are.
right.
So we just need to go through and pick 40 dates. So 40
Yeah,
ages.
40 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 40, and then instead of the random, there's 20 we were gonna do, but so that would give us what,
We can do that.
100 and okay, yeah, that would give us 200 names, I think, right? If we did 40
Yes.
Yeah.
or 200. So, okay, and then I'm gonna try to drive to the school and then see if I can get on right there, and then I'm gonna jump off and then I'll try to get back on, but I'll try to
Okay.
hurry.
Alright.
Sorry, guys. All right.
No, it's okay.
good.
Hey, life happens.
I hate it though. It's been going on forever, off and on.
Snow happens. Cold happens. Like I said, that's
All right.
Sucks.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just jump in my car. I'll try to jump on my computer, and I'll see. So hopefully I see you guys shortly.
All
Okay.
right. Good luck.
See ya.
All right.
Okay. So for number 6, we're going to use, it says, a study of first-degree murder trials was conducted in another state. A random sample of 60 people on trial for first-degree murder. Unbelievable, 60 people. Of these, 45 of the defendants were found guilty.
Okay. So remember how to get p hat.
60 on trial, 45 defendants. So to get p hat, we take 45 divided by 60.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get my charger. I have 13% left on my battery. So you're gonna have to let me run upstairs really quick. So 0.75.
What if we say no?
And you're gonna have to calculate for me. But it says around three decimal places.
We don't have 3 decimal places.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Justina?
Hey guys, just so that you know, my battery is also dying. So left.
Can we ask
We'll
this
see
one
how far I
question?
can go. Yes.
There's always saying round to 3 decimals. Is that a necessity to always round to 3 decimals, or just as close as we can get to 3?
Which
Because
one are you on?
number 6. I'm gonna grab my cord. You'll have to tell me in a second.
Okay. So when we did the division, it came to
Did you get
0.75.
46?
0.75.
Yeah, so just put 0.750 like that.
Okay. So we should always then do the 3 when it asks for it.
That's safest. Especially
Okay.
if the question asks you to do 3 decimal.
Okay.
All right. I'll stay
right,
on
thank
as
you.
long as my battery lets me, but once it's out, it's out. So, sorry.
Oh, electricity and the problems it gives us.
Seriously.
All right. The phone is back in order. When I threw off my glasses.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Okay, so you do need to add a 0, Cheryl, to the end of 0.75.
So 0.750.
Yep. So it's safest to always do that.
Okay. Oh, we have 18 questions. Oh my goodness.
Stop doing that.
I know. I shouldn't have looked. Okay.
Okay. Do you guys remember the?
Is it p hat equals x divided by n?
That's to get the
Confidence interval.
error.
Oh, we need the margin of error.
The margin of error, what? Isn't it m equals z star?
No, p hat. P hat plus or minus, isn't it? No, wait.
Oh,
It's
the margin.
z times the square root of p hat times that 1 minus p hat divided by n.
Can we put that in the Excel? Does that fit in the Excel? Because it'll give us confidence.
Let's try
So
it.
x is 0.75 then, right?
Yeah.
And
N is
n
60.
is 60, and the confidence is 95.
Or what's the null hypothesis? We don't have one, do we?
No.
So Justina, are you still with us, Justina?
Which one are you on? Sorry.
7.
Which one are you on?
Number 7.
Can we put that in the Excel?
And it has a null hypothesis. Do we need to put 0 or 0.95 or?
No, because if you put 0, you don't have a confidence level.
Right.
So
So is the
So we still
Hypothesis-
can't use that?
100. Wait 1 second. I would say for this question, just calculate it by hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's,
So 1.6.
oh.
No, wait. 1.96.
$1.96.
Yeah.
P hat 0.75. 1 minus 0.75 divided by 60.
For the square root.
If
Hold
I
on.
said if you can put that into the Excel, should kill me right now. So I didn't change the null hypothesis. I just put 45 into X and 60 into N. I guess the confidence interval is not really affected by the null hypothesis.
Oh, so X,
It doesn't really matter.
Oh.
so it's 0.640 and 0.860.
Yeah, for the lower and upper bound. And then you
But
can
I
get
just
them.
picked X was wrong, so that's what X and X.
And then you can calculate the margin of error from the two confidence interval values.
Excuse me.
How do you calculate the margin of error?
0.860.
Upper bound minus lower bound divided by 2.
Okay, that's right. Keep forgetting that.
So you're putting this in the one proportion?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's 0.11.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, upper bound is 0.860 minus 0.640
Divided by 2.
divided by 2.
What? So what number did you put in X?
45.
Shouldn't X be
Oh,
45?
45 of the 60. So 45 and then N was 60?
Correct.
95% confidence level. So did you get 0.0559?
No.
Oh, I see, confidence, 0.640 and then 0.860.
Correct.
Okay. We're not
So-
doing the standard deviation, right?
Is it 0.11?
0.11.
Which numbers are you using?
Confidence interval? So it's the upper bound minus the lower bound divided by 2.
Correct.
And then we have to do 0.111, that 0.110, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not going out 3.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And put the lower bound. Okay, I like this question a lot. And put the upper bound. Yay.
So you got that caught up. So if you increase the sample size from 60 to 80, so change n to 80, what do you expect to happen with the width of the confidence interval?
Okay, if the sample size increases, the interval decreases.
Mhm.
Correct. And you can look at the numbers, because if you put it in, look at your confidence interval and you can see that it's decreased.
Okay.
Oh, here's that same darn question.
Alrighty.
Yay.
I'm going to get lots of practice this time with this formula, aren't I?
Okay. Guys. So
Oh,
text.
well, we appreciate your help.
Uh,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me join you guys.
Sorry,
Have a great night.
we're so crazy, but we appreciate your help.
Yeah.
Yes,
Email
we do.
me if you have any questions. I will get back to you once I get home.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Yep.
Okay, so we have to do this is that 0.5 that she did.
Right. So
to
it is
determine
point.
what tool to use.
So if
This one's 0.5.
correct.
Okay, so we have to use the second formula.
You
Right?
cut out on me. I did
If
not
it-
hear anything you said.
I thought if it was greater than 0.5, we had to use the other formula. But I
Okay, the
guess,
second formula, it says if smaller 5, then plug it into the first formula. If P is bigger than 0.5, then just plug it into the second formula. Since it's greater than or equal to, we'd have to use the second one because it's 0.5. 1/2 is 0.5.
right. So I need to grab that darn formula. So it's N.
And then parentheses 1 minus P.
And
we're
that's
doing
0.5.
hypothesis. Just P.
Well, we only have 1/2. Are we using the top?
Yeah.
So P. So N in parentheses 1 minus P.
And again.
So N is
N
0.5, right?
No, N is 60.
Are we still using that formula?
Those numbers.
It doesn't
Wait.
say
Okay, P.
for the next 5 questions. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
P
So 11 is totally different.
is greater than, yes, sorry. That's me. So you do 1 minus 0.5 equals 0.5 divided by 0.5 equals 20. So N 20.
Okay, so tell me exactly, because it's the formula, right?
So take
Is
the
N.
formula. And since we're doing the hypothesis, we don't do P hat, just P.
Right, so it's N, the formula, let me make sure I got the formula. The formula is N or parentheses 1 minus P.
Yes.
So N is,
What we're trying to find.
oh, so we don't know what N is.
Right.
Oh, so we have 0.5. So in 10 is what we need it to be equal or greater to. Equal or greater to 10.
So 10
So-
divided by
So
0.5, 20, which is the N.
So 10 divided by 0.5 equals 20.
Yep.
what is the smallest n can be and both requirements are met? Isn't it 10?
No, because if
No,
you
it's
did
20.
plug it, yeah,
it's
try plugging 10 back in and it'll be too small. But
Okay.
20 will give you the minimum.
Okay. So are you just putting 20, not
Yeah, it
Correct.
doesn't, it's not asking for anything else, just an answer.
okay? I'm
Okay.
struggling with this one, guys.
Okay, so the next one is going to be just like this one.
Yep.
To conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, two requirements must be met. Suppose P is 1/10.
But now we're doing a different formula.
We're using the first one.
Yes.
1 divided by 10 equals 0.1. And because it's 0.1, which is less than 0.5, so we'll do 0.1 times 10.
Yep. No, wait, 10 divided by 0.1. Sorry.
Oh, that's what I meant. And that's where I got it wrong on the test. So is 100.
Yes.
I'm glad I got to do those two next to each other. Because maybe
So
that'll
where's
help me when I go back and
tired.
look at it. Huh?
So the smallest n can be for both requirements to be met is 100.
Yes. Esther is very, very tired. 'Cause
I
she's
can
just
tell.
I
not
am
asking lots of questions. Come on, Esther.
sorry.
You usually make us think.
I'm
I-
struggling today with this.
Like you usually make us think. So,
I
because
had
you asked the question.
at work today, we have tests that we have to do to, like, I'm gold certified. And we had 4 tests that showed up today that I did at work. And I am so test over. Okay, so now we're going to use this for the next 6 questions. So this should put us to the end, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe we can use this formula in Excel. For the water quality study in the reading, about 60% of microinvertebrate water quality indicators have historically been associated with good health. The researchers suspect the water quality of the area has decreased. They conduct a hypothesis test using a level of significance of 0.05 with the following hypothesis. P equals 0.06 or P is
Good.
less than 0.06.
Now we have a hypothesis. Good.
They collect new data, and this time N equals 80 and X equals 38. I'm going to move over this little formula because we have X is 38 and we have N as 80 and we have a 95% confidence. And our type of test is going to be less than.
Yep.
And our null hypothesis
Less than, okay. Is 0.6.
Oh, darn it. I just closed my. Oh.
for the 60%.
Yeah.
You're
So
using the
0.6.
quantitative inference one, right?
The one sample Z-test. Are
Okay.
only going to be using it for this one.
The one sample t-test, right?
Z.
Z.
Z for proportion.
Why can't, where did you find that?
It's the categorical data analysis
Yeah.
with HAT.
Okay. All right, so X is 38. N is 80. Okay. The conditions for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied.
Should I do that N times P?
P minus 1.
0.6. 48. So 48 is greater than 10.
So that's true.
Or let me check the second
Okay,
one.
we got to do this.
Okay, so true.
So you did 1 minus P.
I tried both of them, and both of them, because she said
I
take
just
the
want to make
larger.
sure I got the same answers as you, that I did it right.
Okay,
So the first one I did was the N parentheses 1 minus 0.6, which is 0.4. Divided 10 divided by 0.4 is 25. Is 25. So
no, we
that meets.
have
So
N and P. So you can actually just plug them
So
in
N
for
is-
N and.
So we're going to do 80
Yeah.
parentheses 1 minus 0.6.
Yes.
So 0.4 and then 80 times 0.4 is 32.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Greater than 10.
And what's the other formula?
N times P.
N times P. Oh, and we figured P is 0.4. So it's the same thing. It's the same.
Yep.
Okay. So does it want, so it's true.
Yep.
Oh, good. What in the heck? I don't know what in the heck is happening out my door.
Something really exciting.
Hang on just 1 second.
So is P hat the 0.475 number?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are barking at. Move. There is not a soul around. I don't know what you guys are making noise about. There is not a soul around. I think I gotta turn on some music or something for the dogs. The house is just too quiet. So every little noise they hear outside, they're being. So P hat's 0.475. And the test statistic is, it's Z, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be negative 2.282.
Oh, wait, I didn't get that.
It should be in your one sample Z test.
I got negative 4.392.
What numbers did you plug in?
38 and 80?
And then did you do the 60 and less than? 0.60, sorry.
That's what I didn't do. Minus 2.282.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the p-value being 0.01 is less than 0.5, our confidence interval.
Well, 16 needs to be 0.011, right?
Right.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Right.
17.
Just plug it in. Decision. So P is less than, so we fail to reject it.
Yes.
Correct.
Which of the following best summarizes the conclusion of this test? Oh gosh, I hate these.
Oh, you know what? I wrote a lot of notes on this because
Oh,
I
good.
have, so
Ugh.
I know it, let me go back here.
This is on my last preparation.
Okay, if the p-value is less, we reject the null.
Right.
Small-
No,
The
we
smaller
don't-
p-value indicates there's lots of evidence against the null hypothesis. A p-value less than 0.05 reject the null hypothesis.
so we don't fail to reject it, then we reject it?
So I'm going to read just the last one because I think that makes sense. P-value 0.460 is large, so we fail to reject the null. There is not a lot of evidence. So if it's less than 0.5, it indicates there is sufficient evidence.
To conclude that water quality in the area is not decreased or has decreased.
Yeah, so that's like, so 17 reject the null?
Yeah, it's not fail to reject.
Correct. 0.5, p-value less, we reject the null. If the p-value is more, we keep the null. So we're going to, the p-value is
It's less, so we
It's
reject
less.
it.
So we reject the null. And then
There is
because we,
sufficient evidence to conclude that what? That it's not decreased or that it has decreased?
well, what did they ask? What was the main question back at the top?
It was
They conducted a hypothesis test of
water quality.
was less than,
Oh yeah, less than.
so we should have sufficient evidence to
So we
conclude the water quality has decreased because we rejected the null. The null hypothesis was that it's equal.
equal to or less than.
No, the null was it was equal to 0.6. The alternative hypothesis was that it's less than 0.6.
And we have to look at the null. Did we do it or not do the null?
And we rejected
The null.
the null. So that means the null, the first one was not true, so it has to be less than.
Yes.
So it would be D, right?
They're saying that there is sufficient evidence to conclude that water quality in the area has decreased.
Well, if
That's
we
what I'm gonna
rejected
put.
it, if we rejected it, why would we?
We rejected that it was equal to
Yes, we
0.6.
reject the equal. We don't want the, it's not equal to.
Okay. Okay.
So we're saying it's less than 0.6.
Okay.
I'm just going to submit and see what happens. Because I have problems with those every single time, and if we got it wrong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Especially the
And
reject and the fail to reject it. It's annoying.
I struggled with this one. I don't
guess
know.
what? We got 100%. What?
I'm submitting mine right now. Wow. Wow. That's awesome.
And it only took us an hour.
Hey,
now- That's true.
be happy about that.
I don't feel real good. I have to go through and redo this. I don't feel real good about this on my
Yeah,
own.
I'm gonna probably print it out and write out what I did beside each one, and maybe that'll help me better on my tests.
Yeah, you really should work on question 1 the most because
Just saying. Well, you know what really irked me is when I took the test the first time. I do this every single time. I wrote down all my answers and I missed 3. And I went through and I wrote down all the correct answers. And then when I inputted them, I still, like, I forgot to put 0.08. I put
Oh.
80.80 instead of 0.08.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, why did I bother taking it a second time if I'm just going to put in the answer wrong?
Just do it again.
But every time we've had to go through and redo it, I've typed in, even though I had the right answers, I've typed in the wrong answer.
Hmm.
But anyway, well, I don't know, Jeremy's going to make it to the school. Maybe I should
Yeah.
see if I can send him a message.
So we have to take this test in our next exam in 2 weeks, don't we?
Yeah.
Before Thanksgiving.
Hey, how close are you to the
Yes.
school? Heck.
5 more weeks, guys.
5 more. We can do it. I keep telling myself, you can do it. I have a B. I can do it.
What is a B? How do you figure out what grade that is?
It's back up in the syllabus, I think.
Oh. Okay. Guess I should read that again.
But I'm struggling to hold on to my B. So I'm like, I have to do good on the next test. One of my customers today was talking about statistics, and he was going somewhere. He's like, there's a 95% probability, and then and he was just on, and I'm like, do you want to take my stats test for me? He's going to South Carolina and he won't be here, so he can't do it. And I wouldn't let him, but
That's not good of him.
but he just kept going on about statistics, and I'm like, enough.
You're like, stop it.
I know.
He was actually using it in his work, statistics.
Yeah, that whatever he does statistics, and he has to fly. And so he was saying he has to get on a plane at 5, and the probability that the plane is going to land or be early is like 85%. And then he went on about he has to drive 3 hours, and the probability, and he just kept going on, and I'm like, stop with the statistics.
That's reminiscent of the first exam. Probabilities kicked my butt.
Yeah, he was in it. I
And
text
he
Jeremy.
does that for fun. I mean, he does that for fun, apparently. He just
Yeah,
thinks
he just randomly like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, come sit with me for a little while, will you? I need some help.
Seriously.
But
okay,
anyway.
I'm going to take off.
Okay, I was kind of hanging out to see if Jeremy was going to show up. He hasn't responded,
Yep.
but I hate for everyone to disappear and then have him show up.
We'll just let him know that he can watch the video.
Oh, there you go. He can fast forward through the rough spots.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you next Tuesday.
You guys
Yep.
too. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Bye. I'll go ahead and
Bye.
post this. Okay. Okay.